as tensions grow higher as we get closer and closer to the biggest party of the summer. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Smackdown on Fox, presented by Progressive, your #1 choice on auto and home insurance. Tonight we're live from Richmond, Virginia, and what a huge main event we have for you tonight. That's right, the fate of the Smackdown Women's title will be defined between Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair. The winner will face Kairi Sane for the Smackdown Women's title at SummerSlam. Smackdown tonight. And we are kicking things off with the extraordinary man who does extraordinary things.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland. Weighing in at 190 pounds, Finn BALOR!
Welcome to Smackdown, everybody. Kirby Rodriguez on the call as we open the show with Mr. Money in the Bank, Finn BALOR. Finn BALOR walked out with that briefcase and the opportunity to become WWE Champion again anytime, any place for the next 12 months. Last month at Money in the Bank. BALOR now has to worry more closely about the man who has been his rival for most of 2020, Mr. Shinsuke Nakamura.
And his opponent from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 178 pounds, the Scottish Supernova, Noam Dar!
What an opportunity this could be for Noam Dar. Of course, Noam part of our Cruiserweight division exclusive to SmackDown, but what an opportunity this would be for Noam to score perhaps the biggest victory, I should say, of his career against Mr. Money in the Bank and former WWE Champion, former World Champion, former World winner Finn BALOR. For the Scottish Supernova, who's no stranger to BALOR, they used to meet back in the independent scene in the United Kingdom before making it here to WWE. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Of course, Noah making a return to SmackDown. Again, as part of our Cruiserweight division. Getting a huge match tonight to kick us off. There's the bell. Here we go. BALOR. Noam Dar here tonight on SmackDown. Great kick there by BALOR. Stopping Noam dead on his tracks. Now, carrying Dar, top of his shoulders, kicks him right to the side of the head. Right across the chest as well. BALOR looking to capitalize, but here's Dar fighting back. BALOR just hammering away at Noam Dar, trying to get him in the corner, and he does. Shot to the chest there. Face first, right into the second turnbuckle. Now BALOR heads to the top rope. Some bad intentions here by BALOR. Drops the elbow right across the chest of Dar. Follows it up by cover, shoulders down, hooks the leg, gets it enough to pull Dar away. Dar powers out it too. BALOR maybe looking for more quickness on the count towards the official, but BALOR does not get paid by the hour. May finish this off right here with a bloody Sunday. And here's BALOR waiting for Dar to be back on his feet. With the 1916 of the 1916, shoulders down, hooks the inside leg, is it enough to put him away? Yes, indeed it is. Finn BALOR gets the victory here tonight. A huge victory for Mr. Money. Oh, wait a second, Shinsuke Nakamura is in the ring, and Nakamura is taking down Noam Dar Finn Balor. Shinsuke Nakamura lays the law down here tonight on Smackdown. And we're back live on Smackdown on Fox.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing in at 210 pounds, the Intercontinental Champion, Daniel Bryan.
The Intercontinental Champion Daniel Bryan set for action here tonight against Cedric Alexander. Bryan has been on the lookout as a target of the Undisputed Era ever since last week. Last week, Bryan joined forces with Edge and Randy Orton to take on the Undisputed Era, and Bryan actually managed to pin the WWE Champion. Of course, Bryan is currently holding the only championship that the Undisputed Era is not in possession of here on SmackDown. So the Undisputed Era may be gunning for his Intercontinental title.
And his opponent from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 200 pounds, Cedric Alexander.
Meanwhile, Cedric Alexander, a member of our Cruiserweight division, a former Cruiserweight champion, getting a big opportunity tonight against the Intercontinental Champion Daniel Bryan. And for Cedric Alexander, he has to count on Bryan perhaps having his head more focused on the Undisputed Era. And that could put Cedric Alexander in a position to perhaps win and earn an opportunity at that championship. If Bryan spends too much time preoccupied for the WWE title. And there's the bell. Here we go. It's Bryan and Alexander here tonight. Oh, what a shot there. Good grief. Whoa, and a big clothesline by Alexander. Shoulders down here, hook of the leg. Is it enough? And a kick out. Kick right to the back of Daniel. Oh! And a super kick by Alexander. Good grief. Alexander coming in hot in the early goings of this match. Alexander now sent to the apron. Bryan with a suplex. Bryan looking to capitalize here. Send Alexander into the corner. And Bryan is not done. Look at the agility. Look at how quick Daniel Bryan is. The reason why Bryan is the current Intercontinental Champion. Look at that. Here's Bryan off the second rope, waiting for Alexander, but Alexander moves out of the way. Nobody home there for Daniel Bryan. Alexander hooks Bryan in. Swinging neck breaker, down goes Bryan. Bryan looking to fight back, creating some separation between himself and Alexander, sending Alexander into the corner. Bad intentions here by the Intercontinental Champion. Alexander bounces off. Bryan with a suplex across the ring. Off that suplex, shoulders down and a kick out. Bryan has Alexander on the ropes, and now Bryan plants him down to the canvas. What is Bryan doing here? Twisting Alexander up like a pretzel. Oh, a kick there by Bryan. And Alexander fights back with forearm to the face of Bryan. Shoulders down here, hook of the leg isn't enough to put him away, and a kick out. Alexander just plants him back down. And Bryan rolls out of the ring, and the Intercontinental Champion may need a breather here. Alexander feeling confident onto the fact that he may have Daniel Bryan right where he wants him. Looking to capitalize on the outside. Alexander sidesteps Bryan. Bryan fights back. Bryan sends Alexander back into the ring. Now Bryan. Springboard. Drop kick, and Alexander moves out of the way. Knee to the center, and a cross line down goes Bryan. Step up and Enzuigiri. Bryan in a bad position here, rolls out of the ring once again. Alexander is just getting the best out of Daniel Bryan here tonight. He looks to capitalize on the outside. I wouldn't spend too much time taunting as Alexander is doing right now. He's got Daniel Bryan on the ropes. Bryan reverses. Oh, but Alexander fights back with a clothesline. And down goes the Intercontinental Champion. Bryan creates separation again, sending Alexander back into the ring. Count of 6 here. Untitled match, and there's the drop kick. Bryan's feeling it at the moment. Alexander back to his speed. Bryan runs him down, and Alexander may be in trouble. Here comes Bryan. With the Huracan Rana takes him down, and Bryan's headed to the top rope. Bryan off the top, lands down the plancha on Alexander, shoulders down, hooks the leg off the plancha, isn't enough to put him away. Bryan takes the victory tonight. A huge victory for Daniel Bryan tonight. The Intercontinental Champion. Wait a second. Adam Cole. The WWE Champion Adam Cole seems to be on a collision course with Daniel Bryan. Well, still to come tonight, our big main event, ladies and gentlemen. The Boss, Sasha Banks. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, a rivalry reignited, with the winner earning a Women's Championship match at SummerSlam.
Match Flow is sponsored by Progressive, your first-round choice for auto insurance.
We're back live on Smackdown. This was happening moments ago. It was Aleister Black versus Seth Rollins. Black was in control with a black mask onto Seth Rollins. Rollins, out of desperation, sends Aleister Black into the steel steps, and then what happened? Rollins lost his damn mind using a steel chair on Aleister. And we're back live on Smackdown. Here comes a man with a big grudge to solve. The Dutch Destroyer, Aleister Black.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Amsterdam, Netherlands. Weighing in at 215 pounds, Aleister Black.
As you saw in the match flow presented by Progressive, Aleister Black certainly on a collision course with Seth Rollins. We haven't heard from Seth Rollins ever since But Rollins, obviously frustrated last week, took a chair to Aleister Black and planted him down with a DDT on the chair. We don't even know if Rollins is in the arena tonight, but you can tell that Aleister Black is in no mood. That man wants revenge.
And his opponent from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, Sami Zayn!
The underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn, found himself on a losing effort against Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental Championship 2 weeks ago at the Great American Bash. And this is a man who is looking to just bounce back after being drafted to Smackdown. This is actually the renewal of an old rivalry. Sami Zayn and Aleister Black engaged in a famous rivalry over Monday Night Raw over the Intercontinental Championship, alongside Zayn's former tag team partner Kevin Owens. And there's the bell. Here we go. Aleister quickly finding a way out from Sami Zayn. And the difference between this and any other time that Aleister has faced Sami Zayn is that Aleister is pissed off. Look at this. Look at Aleister Black. He's planting Zayn down back first into the apron, and that's the hardest part of the ring. Zayn is just looking to capitalize, creating some separation between himself and Aleister Black. Zayn takes him down, drop kick to the back of Aleister. Aleister with a kick to the plexus. Oh, and a cutter by Aleister Black. Could that be enough? Hooks a leg and a kick out by Zayn. You gotta wonder exactly what drove Seth Rollins to what he did last week. You could tell that Rollins was frustrated by not putting away Aleister Black. Aleister Black is not an easy opponent. And it's been a rough year for Seth Rollins, especially since moving here to SmackDown and losing the Intercontinental Championship as Zayn goes for the cover. Could it be to put Black away to kick out? You gotta wonder if Black just got caught in that crossfire. Nonetheless, Black is not a person that's gonna take that type of attack kindly. As he meets in the middle with Zayn. Zayn just trying to keep this match going, sending Black into the corner. Black fights back here. And Zayn, with an elbow to the face, hooks him in, plants him down. Zayn looking great at this one. Zayn now gonna head to the top rope. Beautiful senton up the top rope, shoulders down, and a quick kick out by Aleister. Here's Black with a suplex on Zayn, switching the momentum of this match to his side. Here's Sami. Half and half suplex. Zayn positioning Black on the ropes. Black not gonna fall for that. Tossing Zayn over the third rope to the outside. Black heads to the top rope himself. Bad intentions as he stares at Zayn on the outside and plants down that knee right across the back of Sami Zayn. But I don't know if Aleister Black got all of it. Both men are down on the outside now. kick to the side of the head by Aleister Black. He may have turned Zayn's lights out. Oh, Zayn is doing himself a disservice by standing back up for the Black Mass. Of the Black Mass, shoulders down, hooks the inside leg. Aleister Black gets the victory.
Here is your winner, Aleister Black!
Aleister Black walks out victorious tonight, as he looks to bounce back off of that vicious attack by Seth Rollins last week here on SmackDown. And wait a second, hey! Seth Rollins! Seth Rollins is in the ring exchanging words with Aleister Black. It's fair to say we haven't seen the last of each other. Well, still to come later tonight, Sasha Banks goes one-on-one against Charlotte Flair, with the winner earning an opportunity at the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam. But that's not all we have planned for you tonight on SmackDown, because coming up next, Randy Orton goes one-on-one against Roderick Strong. The saga of Edge, Orton, and the Undisputed Era continues next. Here comes the Viper and WWE's Ultimate Opportunist.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by the Rated R Superstar Edge. From St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
It was 2 weeks ago at the Great American Bash when Randy Orton made his return to SmackDown by joining forces with his former tag team partner Edge to reform their team Rated RKO. Born out of necessity, because Edge had been the target of the Undisputed Era here on SmackDown ever since Edge returned to SmackDown and to the WWE back in January. And after 6 months of this ongoing saga, now Orton joins the fray. Last week, Daniel Bryan joined the fray with them, and now Bryan seems to be caught in a line of fire and in a collision course with Adam Cole. Meanwhile, tonight, Orton goes one-on-one against Roderick Strong, who, by the skin of his teeth, retained the Cruiserweight Championship last week. We're going to talk about that in just a second. As the Viper gets ready to go one-on-one against Roderick Strong for the first time ever here on SmackDown. There they are, covered in gold, the Undisputed Era.
And his opponent, representing Undisputed Era from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 200 pounds, the WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong, by the skin of his teeth, retained that Cruiserweight Championship last week, and he didn't even actually win the match to retain that Cruiserweight Championship. He defended that title against Ricochet last week on SmackDown. The match ended in a count-out victory for Ricochet. Ricochet actually defeated Roderick Strong, but of course the rules state that the championship can only change hands via pinfall or submission. Therefore, even though he lost the match, Roderick Strong, I should say, still the Cruiserweight Champion. And of course, management is trying to solve this situation. Ricochet obviously wants another shot and deserves another shot at the Cruiserweight Championship. But for the time being, Roderick Strong gets to keep that championship, and the Undisputed Era's prophecy continues to thrive here on SmackDown. Of course, for Roderick, he has to get that problem with Ricochet out of his head tonight, because across the ring from him is a veteran of the ring, Randy Orton. There's the bell, here we go. A 14-time world champion. And this is a first-time ever matchup here on SmackDown. Suplex there by Orton, follows up into a cover and a kick out by Strong. Fights back here. Sending Roddy into the corner. He bounces up, picks him up. Body slam by Orton. Off the body slam, shoulders down to the ropes, allow the smash to continue. Of course, Edge down at ringside with Orton. These dudes strolling together as part of Rated RKO again. And of course, Fish and O'Reilly, the tag team champions. Fish and O'Reilly, the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions at the moment. They won those titles back in December of last year. Shoulders down, is it enough? Roddy could have gotten away with it here. Shot to the chest there by Roddy. Roderick sends Orton into the corner. Here's Orton. Neckbreaker. Shoulders down. Is it enough? Up the neckbreaker and a kick out. And if you're O'Reilly and Fish, you have to be worried about what the team of Randy Orton and Edge could do here. Off the knee by Roderick Strong. Is it enough for Roderick to put Orton away? Orton powers out at 2. If you're O'Reilly and Fish, you gotta be worried about what the partnership of Orton and Edge will do here. Remember, Orton and Edge, alongside Daniel Bryan, scored a huge victory last week on the Undisputed Era. I think for Orton, for Edge, for Bryan, for Ricochet, and everybody who's in a title chase here on SmackDown is just looking to end the reign of terror of the Undisputed Era, the prophecy. Undisputed Era certainly have a corner. They have the market corner when it comes to championships here on Friday nights. Shoulders down here. Orton looking to capitalize. Is it enough to put Roderick Strong away? Roddy not only powers out, but turns it into a cover of his own. Shoulders down on Orton. Is it enough? And a kick out by Orton. Orton now into the ropes. Oh, what a slam by Roddy. Roderick Strong slamming Orton down. That forearm to the face, but for the RKO! And this is academic. This should be over. Hooks the leg. Oh! Roderick Strong kicks out of the RKO. Into the ropes. They meet in the middle. And if you're Randy Orton, this is the moment where you gotta ask yourself, was I underestimating Roderick Strong? Orton drops that elbow into the chest of Roddy. Roddy is a 2-time Cruiserweight champion. And Randy now heads to the top rope. What's Randy thinking here? Randy drops the elbow right across the chest. For a cover, shoulders down, hooks the leg. Is it enough to move Roddy away? Roddy once again powers out at 2. You know, we talked about the reign of the Undisputed Era as tag team champions. That was impressive, but so is Roddy's reign with the Cruiserweight Championship, as he Hits another knee, goes for another cover. Is it enough to put Randy Orton away here? And a kick out by Orton. Roddy won that championship back in March. Been with that championship for a little over 4 months. Taking it all comers. Second time with that title. His first time that he won it was last year. It was with the help of the Undisputed Era. And here's Roddy looking to capitalize on Orton, putting him back first into the apron, hardest part of the ring. And there's a reason why Roderick Strong is working the back of Randy Orton. He is the messiah of the backbreaker. Big shot here by Roddy. Plants Randy Orton down, and this one could be it. Shoulders on the mat, hooks the inside leg. Isn't enough to put him away in a kick out. Randy Orton just looks to capitalize here. Just trying to bring the momentum back to his side. He can't quite get it. Roderick Strong. Looking to break the back of Orton, and he gets it. Off the backbreaker, shoulders down, is it enough? And a kick out by Orton. Oh, nice reversal there by the Viper. Oh no, and the Viper may be ready to call this one for the second time in this match with the RKO. Off the RKO, hooks the inside leg. Orton gets the victory. But Orton and Edge sending a message to the Undisputed Era here tonight. Oh no. And Orton may be getting those voices in his head. And Roderick Strong suffers the wrath of the Viper. My goodness, the Undisputed Era doesn't know who they're messing with. Well, still to come tonight, our big main event, Banks, Flair, next. And we've been having lots of fun here tonight in Virginia for Smackdown. But I can assure you next week could be even bigger. 2 huge announcements for next week's show, ladies and gentlemen. A huge 8-man tag team match. Daniel Bryan, Ricochet, and Rated RKO team up against the entire Undisputed Era in 8-man tag team action next week. And that's not all, because for the first time since his actions, Seth Rollins will explain himself on next week's show. Seth Rollins addresses the WWE Universe Smackdown next week. And ladies and gentlemen, it's boss time.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Boston, Massachusetts, Sasha Banks.
The legit boss made her chunky return to the WWE 2 weeks ago at the Great American Bash. And now Sasha Banks looks ready, willing, and able to be in the title picture again. She came back and she specifically targeted the SmackDown Women's Champion Kairi Sane. Of course, Sane got involved in Sasha's match last week against Alexa Bliss. Tonight is Sasha's big moment as we relive a rivalry between 2 of the best to lace up in WWE.
And from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
I cannot tell you that Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair are strangers to each other. They are not. As a matter of fact, these two dominated the main event scene in 2016 amidst the Women's Revolution. Now, as both of them arrive from Smackdown, there's not room for the both of them. Charlotte Flair had a shot at Kairi Sane a couple of weeks ago at the Great American Bash. Unfortunately for Flair, she lost. That was the night that Sasha returned, and she said that she wanted a shot at the SmackDown Women's Championship. So what a better way to determine who gets the next spot, the next championship match, than to put two of the top talents in the women's division to fight it out. This is our main event tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Banks, Flair, for an opportunity at the women's title. There's the bell, here we go. Cut on elbow tie-up between Banks and Flair. Banks takes down Flair. Applying pressure to the arm. Flair looks to fight back here. Backbreaker. Oh, what a drop kick by Flair. Nice reversal there by Banks. Banks takes her down for a cover. Shoulders down, isn't enough to put her away. Could it be? Flair turns it around. Shoulders down on Banks. Isn't enough to put her away. Banks powers out. It's funny enough, these two are fighting for a shot at the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam. Not too long ago, these two faced off for the Raw Women's Championship at SummerSlam. We're seeing a lot of renewal of rivalries here on SmackDown tonight. As Flair hyperextending the body of Sasha Banks, using her limbs to stretch her out to try and get her to tap out here. Banks with the reversal. And here's Banks sending Flair into the ropes and the test press. Big kick to the back there of Charlotte Flair. Follow it up with another. Oh my goodness! Shot there by Banks, planting down Flair. Banks takes her down for a cover, but that's too close to the ropes. Absolutely. Shoulders down here, isn't enough to put her away. Flair gets the shoulder up. Here's Flair. Whoa, my goodness! Flair with a forearm to the face of Banks. You know, we've got to be watching this match very closely. It's the SmackDown Women's Champion, Kairi Sane. She gets to fight whomever wins this match here tonight at the biggest party of the summer. Sane has had quite a title reign for herself. Oh, swinging neck breaker there by Banks. Flair rolls out of the ring. And Banks now heads to the top rope, but Flair, playing mind games, returns to the ring, tries to get Banks off the top rope. Banks fights back. Banks off the top rope with the Meteora. Off the Meteora, shoulders down, isn't enough to get the spot at SummerSlam and a kick out. Banks now. Oh, with that step up enziguri. Flair is finding herself in a precarious position here as Banks takes complete control. Flair looks to create separation here, trying to get momentum on her side. There's the spear! A huge spear by Flair. Could that be enough? Shoulders down, hooks the leg, and a quick kick out by Banks. Now Flair tossing Banks halfway across the ring. Carrying Banks atop her shoulders, neck breaker. But Flair gets back to her feet. Try to kick Banks. Banks says no. Here's Banks. Going for the bank statement. Going for the bank statement on the ropes. Flair too tall, too close to the ropes. Kick to the plexus. But Flair may be out here as Banks heads to the top rope with a beautiful frog splash in homage to Eddie Guerrero. Shoulders down, hooks both legs. Banks headed to SummerSlam. Sasha Banks will now be at SummerSlam. And wait a second, here's Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane all over Sasha Banks. My goodness, we're out of time, everybody.